What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and yes, it's been a while since I've been on this channel. That will be a discussion for another day. Let's talk about what we need to talk about right now, because it's actually really stupid. Alright guys, so the Zippo leaks. The Zippo is back. Zippo is here to guide us into what we call Sonic Heaven, or Sonic Hell in the case of this news story. Alright, so Zippo has finally said that, basically the Sonic Adventure remakes were a thing. They were actually a thing. The whole time, they were a thing. So, if you do not know, these Sonic Adventure remakes have been a talk and discussion for about as long as we've been wanting them. If we've been wanting Sonic Adventure remakes or a Sonic Adventure 3. Either way, Sonic Adventure has been the talk of the town as far as the Sonic community. This has not been something new. We've been talking about this. I even talked about it on my channel not too long ago. I meant to do a whole video on it, but I didn't. Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about what Zippo said. The title is, yes, there were Sonic Adventure remakes. Just before we start, there's more articles to come. As I promised, this one just needs to be out there as soon as possible for reasons that I'll explain in a second. Note that none of that follows, wow. Getting back to the videos. It's going to be hard for me to start reading at, higher level of education. Note, none of this follows is speculation. The information that's been given to me was given by multiple, and I mean multiple people with connections to Sega. Seems a lot of people knew about this, and we're quiet until very recently. This is how it's all been framed to me. Okay, so it seems like some YouTubers, English and non-English speaking, found out about this, so before the story gets spun out into something that actually isn't, I'm gonna drop a bombshell here. I don't know what he's referencing towards that, but I don't know, whatever. Sega were developing Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes meant for a 2015 release for PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. Okay. Additionally, these were full remakes with rearranged music a la the Crash Insane Trilogy, which before then, Crash Insane Trilogy wasn't a thing, but he's speaking in, present tense, it was going to be similar to how Crash, Crash Insane Trilogy was. New music, new look, new, basically keeping the same thing that made that game, but just changing it up a little bit. They were unfortunately canceled. There's even some evidence out in public that shows that it indeed fact exists. There's a picture I'm going to put up, and I remember this very faintly. I remember I went crazy when I saw this news. It was a picture of basically Sega showing like what's new for Sonic the Hedgehog. There was, of course, Sonic Boom. They were talking about the new show. They were talking about, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Sochi, whatever long title game that is. And there was also Sonic Lost World, but there was also another game that was in development in 2015 for the Wii U, PS4, and Xbox One. Now that game, people were like, oh, blah blah blah, it's got to be something, and then they just came out with Sonic Boom, which is really weird. Or not Sonic Boom, They came out with Sonic Boom and Sonic Runners, which is really weird because Sonic Runners obviously wasn't going to be meant for PS4, Xbox One, or Wii U. Sonic Boom was only on the Wii U, and that was at last chance because honestly it wasn't supposed to be on the Wii U, but Sega made a deal with Nintendo, which they shouldn't have, so whatever. But it's really weird because of what was that game. That game was never explained. That game was never said, what that game was. It just disappeared. We all forgot about it. And the thing is, it says new 2015 title TBA. This is why we're getting the story. It had to be Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes because obviously. Now, you're probably wondering, why did they cancel it? Well, Zippo's about to get into that right now. Remember this, Jazzwares leaked out the existence of the games by pure accident. Yes, that was a whole Jazzwares. So that was for the toys lineup, the merchandise lineup, and they shouldn't have said that. And I think Sega just basically was like, hey, you fucked up. Sometime in 2013, Sega decided that it was time to go back into the adventure well. So instead of going to Sonic Team, they went to another one of their internal studios, that studio being Sega Shanghai. He basically goes on and saying like, oh, you guys didn't know that there was a China Sega? I knew. Don't do that to me, Zippo. Don't do that. Here's what's even crazier. They've worked not only on the PS2 remake and HD versions of The Nights into Dreams, but they also worked on the HD ports of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 for Steam and whatnot, as well as the Dreamcast collection, which was released in 2011. And there's even more. They worked on Sonic Generations, Lost World, Forces extensively. Sonic Forces even got a release in China. Also, the game received a PS1, Xbox One bundles in China that no other country received, which I think anybody could care less. Because I don't care. Who cares about a Sonic Forces bundle? It's great, because you get a cool looking PS4. I don't freaking care about Sonic Forces. Sega allowed this subsidy to develop their these remakes because of the three things. One, they saw China as a potential huge market to get a foothold in. Two, Sonic Team were not available and were busy preparing the Hedgehog Engine 2, working on Sonic Runners, and starting what would eventually become Sonic Forces. Here's the thing about the Hedgehog Engine 2. This has been a thing. This has been an excuse for Sega to say, hey, we've been working on the Hedgehog Engine 2. That's why things haven't been gotten out, or things have been canceled, or things have been, this way and that way, and we had to take budget cuts. And I'm just like, take accountability, you freaking idiots. 3. Sega never had any intentions of making 8th generation console owners wait 4 years for a new Sonic game. I feel like, me personally, I don't know about anybody else, but me personally, if Sega was like, hey, here's Sonic Runners, I would take that and run with it. I'm fine. I have a game to hold me over on my phone until later on, until you give me a fully polished Sonic game. It's rather that than you do this dumb shit, and then now we were dealing with a crisis here as far as Sonic. You know what I mean? So either way, you could have took those 4 years and do that. And you took those 4 years anyway to bring out Sonic. Whatever. Oh god. As I heard, they originally started as just a remake of Adventure 1 with generation-like visuals, but Sega was so impressed with their work that they greenlit a remake of its sequel soon after development started as well. Story-wise, it was going to be the modern voice cast and writers, so take that for what you will. That's triggering. That's triggering. I never want to hear that sentence ever again. What happened exactly? These things seemed to be going well, and by all accounts things were well until Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric hit the scene and bombed critically and commercially. Sega also went through a harsh cost-cutting, reconstructing in early 2015 where many people were laid off. Now, if you guys don't know about that, Sonic Boom was one of the worst-selling Sonic games ever, which in fact caused Sega to basically cut people off, to lay people off, to make sure that they were staying afloat in their company, which is kind of crappy because people lost their jobs, and I'm pretty sure they were probably really experienced people and they were probably really great at their job, and it really sucks to see that. But that's basically where the cost cutting happened, and they start to cost cut in a lot of things, not just in people laid off. I heard they were canceled for 2 reasons. Post Rise of Lyric, Sega got cold feet about giving Sonic out to another developer, despite it being their own fault that Rise of Lyric was rushed, a buggy disaster, not Big Red Buttons. Yes, personally, and I've been meaning to make a video about this, talking about the whole transpire that happened with Big Red Button and Sega, and I guess you can put Nintendo in the mix, but it wasn't really their fault. That whole thing was not Big Red Button's fault. Sonic Boom's disaster was not Big Red Button's fault. That was all Sega's fault. They signed a deal with Nintendo, and they knew that CryEngine could not run on Wii U. Yet they were like, hey, Nintendo, we're gonna put this game on the Wii U, even though it's being made for PS4 and Xbox One, which is exactly what Big Red Button thought. But Sega didn't communicate with Big Red Button, and Big Red Button was like, well shit, now we have to put this on the Wii U, and we don't even know how to. When every time we port it, it's a crappy version of the game, so we don't know how to do this. It's a whole thing. I want to make a video about it because it is an interesting story. 2. Sega was super cost conscious at the time of the reconstruction. Here were concerns that these remakes were going over budget and that they wouldn't be able to make the money back. Sonic Boom's failure scared the absolute shit out of them. Now, I get it. That could scare somebody, but he says, I personally think it was an absurd fear in the first place, but we're talking about Sega here. Like, literally, I get where you're coming from, but you guys took risks before. Sonic 06 scared you. What did you do? You created Unleashed. Unleashed was fine. Then you created Generations, then Colors. You guys were on a good roll. You guys just don't know how to you guys don't know how to work modern Sonic. You guys just don't, because you're scared of going one way and then not having people like that one way. You don't have confidence. That's the thing. You don't have confidence as a company. As you're not making Sonic have confidence as well as a franchise and both a mascot and as his games as a whole. The only thing that you really have confidence in is that I guess Yakuza? I don't even know, but you guys just gotta, what, One other thing I heard is that Sonic Adventure Music Experience concerts were created in the first place to market and promote these remakes, and were then retrofitted into something else after they were canceled. Can't let all the amazing remade music go to waste, right? These arrangements you hear below were made specifically for the remakes. Now, those were re-released, they were released on YouTube, basically, you know, exploiting the remakes that were done for Sonic Adventure. Those were the ones that we're going to hear in the game, but like you said, it was canceled, and now they're just there, just sitting there. Needless to say that if these had actually released, they could have changed everything. We've been in a much different place right now, but unfortunately with the failure of Boom and Sega's financial woes at the time, the timing just couldn't have been worse. Maybe one day they'll see the light of day. That's all I can say for now. I hope I could relay that information as best as I could. So, honestly, here's my thing with this whole thing. I get it, okay? I get it, Sega. You... how are you fearful of of your own mistakes? I get it. I've made mistakes. I've been fearful of the consequences of those said mistakes. But I'm not going to sit there and make them worse and frantically try to fix them. When you frantically try to fix things and do things and change things just because you know it's different from what you did, that's how things get worse. If anything, with this whole situation, after Boom, if the games were already good enough and you know legitimately that they're good enough to put out, and they're adventure games, they're adventure remakes, which most of your fan base are adventure fans, and they want adventure games, then put it out. It does not matter about the consequences. Do you understand that the fact that you would have put them out and it would have been good, and they have a good track record of making ports, and you said the remakes were beautiful, and why didn't you just put them out? This is the insecurity that we're talking about with Sega, and they honestly need to get this together. If they don't get it together, then they're going to be a very insecure company, and they're not going to make the right decisions, which in turn will not make the right decisions for Sonic, their very own mascot. I mean, Mario's not, and no one's like saying like Mario is safe, because what Nintendo just did to Mario was very stupid. We'll talk about that later. Canceling Sonic Adventure because Sonic Boom failed should not have happened. If anything, that should have fueled you more to go further with the Sonic Adventure remakes. You needed that momentum. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric failed. Yes, we get that. That does not mean that you have to stop everything and say, hey, this is not working. Let's just move forward with Sonic Forces, because in 4 years, that's going to fail too. You see where I'm getting here? The adventure remakes were going to save it. Granted, I don't care for them. I don't care about the adventure remakes, okay? I feel like Adventure should stay where it is. I don't like Adventure. I don't want Adventure 3. Adventure was for its time, and I like that. But financially, that was going to help them. Do you know how many people would have already pre-ordered that by the sight of it, by the hearing of the announcement? People would have grabbed their wallets quicker than Sonic himself. Like, that would have saved everything. But it's Sega. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about Sega's decision? Do you think that they should try again and just put it out, you know, this year or next year if it's already done? Or do you just feel like, yeah, it was the right choice for them to cancel it? Let me know down in the comments below, because I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts. You guys know my thoughts because I just talked about it, and I will see you guys next time. I will have an explanation video of why I haven't really uploaded that much, but we'll explain that later. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Peace. Hey guys, if you like this video, why don't you leave a like? And make sure you subscribe and hit that post notification bell so you guys know when I always upload.